the primary requirement of electrophilic addition is nothing but the double bonded carbon. If you have alkene, so that is the primary requirement for the electrophilic addition. So whenever it is coming with some halogen X2, which is X plus and X minus, okay, the first reaction is the electrophile which is present in halogen, the first steps, and the nucleophile which is present in the pi bond, okay, it will be exchanged. So that means pi electron, they will be giving the electron to the X, and you find that okay, there is an addition of X in C double bond C with leaving one cation, right? And eventually after that the second step is the X minus acts as a nucleophile, can attack over here, and it can give you the disubstituted products with polar hydrogens. Now normally the addition of halogen, the first thing is addition of halogen is not the only the formation of carbocation and then it is forming the products. After this there is a twist. What is the twist? Especially when you add bromine, like suppose this X2 is your bromine, and I'm writing the intermediates. So this is bromine added, this is carbon CH2, this is CH2 plus. And remember, we're talking about symmetric alkene right now, okay? Now as you know, bromine contains lot of lone pair of electron. It can give this carbon the electron and it form a halonium or bromonium ion. This is a very vital intermediates. So this allows the nucleophile, the X minus, which is the Br minus, only attack in an opposite direction. That means anti-addition. This is the above the plane, this is below the plane. Because above the plane it cannot come and attack. So this is known as anti-addition of. So the products will be looking like that CH2, bromine and the bromine. So this is, you can see the addition is anti. So this is the first understanding of electrophilic addition of halogen. Now there are in symmetric alkene are all the asymmetric alkene. There are you can say the reactivity is governed by your stereochemistry. So what is that? Now suppose you have this alkene, we are not having any stereochemical features involved. It is not a stereoselective reaction, neither nor stereospecific. Okay. Now suppose I have taken an alkene which is either can be cis or can be trans. Like for example, I have taken CH2 or CH double bond CH. So this is CH3, right? So it can be a cis, it can be a trans. That depends upon, like, it is opposite side or this is trans. Okay. Now if I started with the trans and go for the addition of halogenation, like bromination, then what kind of product I will get? So now if I am going for cis, normally we give a mixture of enantiomers. That means we can get a racemate mixture. It can be RRSS, or it can be RSSR. These mixtures are known as enantiomers. I hope your basic stereochemistry is clear. I will be taking very soon only video on stereochemistry. Now for the trans bromination, it is only gives you the meso compounds. It's meso compounds. For example, if I gives you an example, like I have taken the trans and I am adding the bromination Br2. So over here I'll be getting this kind of structure, HBr, CH3. If you see, there is a plane of symmetry. It is a mirror image. This half of the molecule, it is reflecting a mirror image of each other, and this is known as meso compounds. Okay, but if we would have taken the cis isomers, then the reaction will proceed. The cis plus bromination Br2, then we would have got the mixture of isomer like Br, CS3 and CS3, the Br I can put over here. So if you see, it is a mixture of enantiomers. It can be SSRR or SR, RS or RS, SR, whatever it is, okay? So I hope that's why your stereochemistry bases are clear. Now, after that, this is the stereochemical features of addition of halogens towards the double bond, right? That is towards the alkene. Now the next step is, whenever we are going for the second thing, addition of HBr. That is second reaction, addition of HBr. Now this follows, okay, majorly Markovnikov's rules. Markovnikov's rules. What is Markovnikov's rules? Now you have asymmetric alkene CS3, CH, double bond CS2. So this is known as asymmetric alkene, okay? Now if I add HBr over here, okay? So H is nothing but H plus and Br minus. So this double bond has to donate the electron to the H plus. Now the H plus can be added in the carbon number A or carbon number B. But you see, if H plus is added in carbon number B, it generates a carbocation at carbon number A. So this carbocation, example, CH plus, now CH2, in this position, this H is getting added, okay? And if you see this carbon number A, it is forming more stable carbocation. So Markovnikov says that nucleophile should be added to the more stable carbocation during the asymmetric addition. So if the nucleophile comes over here, Br minus, so I'll be getting CS3, C, Br, CH, CS3. This is my product. So this is known as Markovnikov addition. Now, if you would have added hydrogen peroxide, that is known as peroxide effect or Kharash effect. Kharash effect. If you would have added this, then the nucleophile would have added not more stable carbocation, the least stable carbocation. But the thing is, over here, there is no carbocation getting formed. Now, in HBr, in presence of peroxide, HBr can form H dot and the Br minus. The Br minus will be reacting more than the H dot and breaking the bond. So if you see CS3, CH, this bond also having 2 electrons, right? This is 1, this is 1, is 2 electrons. So 1 electron, Br will take CH2, Br will take 1 electron and form bond. 1 electron, this one electron, forming 2 electrons, okay, is 1 bond. Now this electron remain over here. Now if you see, this is a stable free radical, right? This is not a carbocation, this is stable free radical, and this hydrogen will come over here and they form simple CH3, CH2, CH2Br, which is anti-Markovnikov's product. So that's, you must remember